is een vraag die is te stom om in gezelschap te stellen. Ik ging al aan de basis van waar iedereen over praat en ik me al eraf had, waar hebben ze het over?
Nou, dat is net leuk, vanuit de basis. Precies goed.
Well, I actually don't understand what they mean with talking about meditation. Because I've met this word for the first time when I had read a book that had nothing to do with Vedanta, and then they talked about meditation, and they said you have to concentrate yourself on a point in your forehead and so on and so on. But now I try to meditate. And so I start with sitting quietly, and I'm very often so full of feelings of fear and anger and so on and so on. So first I have to calm myself down. Then I try now with doing saying the mantra, doing the japa. After a while, quite a while, I calm down. And then what must I do by then? Then I don't know how to go further. What is meditation? What do I have to do to meditate?
What is meditation? Meditation, what is meant by meditation? Meditation is thinking alone on God, nothing else.
Yeah.
That is spiritual meditation. Meditation is anything you think, that is meditation. But meditation means contemplation or meditation. Concentration is concentration. But that concentration, what is pertaining to God, we call meditation. People, anything, scientists also concentrate their mind. Everybody. To concentrate their mind to know something is study.
But
if you have to concentrate your mind.
But God is not material, no material.
Yes,
what do you think about that?
Think of spirit, or think of God. As you have conception about God, think of Him.
Yeah.
That is meditation. As you have conception about God from hearing your Guru or from your own, as you have conception, some idea about God is there, isn't it? God is a person or spirit or something, some idea about God is there.
Well,
think of Him. That is meditation.
God, I hear till now, the only possibility to think of God is to take first a step to my Guru.
Yes.
And then I think He will let me know who God is.
He has already.
What I have to think.
He has already told you what you have to think.
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah.
So according to the instruction of your Guru, just think of that. Guru has instructed definitely something, otherwise your mantra means that. Through the mantra, he has given some sacred name, and we have to think of Him.
Yeah, but when I spoke in Graz with, because it was nearer to me, I was living in Italy that time. When I spoke with Swami Ritayananda, and I said to him, I can't meditate, and then he said, because you must imagine, I was such a simple soul in the way, not, I mean, I had good education, but...
Simple soul is needed,
yes.
That is what is needed.
Yeah. And then I said, what to do? And he said to me, start with saying your mantra. Just start with that, and then it will come. But now Swami Ritayananda is not physically more here.
Not necessary. Whatever he has told you, that you follow. Guru will not, because Guru has got a human body. As I have told, human body is subject to death. So time has come and he has to go. So Guru is not permanent. Yeah. But spiritual Guru is permanent. That means his thought, whatever he has given to you, that remains permanent in you.
Yeah.
Until you leave this body. When you leave this body, what happens? That thought, whatever is there in your mind, deep, if your deep level in your mind, that thought, with that thought, if you pass away,
So, simply, I can think. I did what the Guru asked me, and I did my mantra, and I
Yes.
found out it was really helping me.
Yeah, that definitely will help you.
But now we are talking about going ahead. So I can say to myself simply, when Swami Sarvatmananda say how I just to concentrate on God, that's the next step.
Yes,
Okay.
that will do.
Yeah. Okay.
There is a step you have to do. That concentration on God only. That is called meditation. Meditation is not mere sitting and thinking of more.
Yeah.
Mind goes here and there but to take the mind to the mind back, to take the thoughts back, you have to concentrate on Him about whom the Guru has told. That is meditation.
The time.
Yeah. That is, for that you need to stay in whatever position is possible for you, or you can stay, not straining too much. It's not possible at this age. So whatever posture, sitting in the chair, but you have to keep your body at least still. So that movement means the body, mind is more subtle.
Yeah.
When body moves, mind also moves. Very subtle, we do not know.
Yeah,
So, keep the
I
body,
know, because when you're a concentrator,
keep the body still in one position, whatever is possible for you, what is suitable to you. Keep this body in one position, and mostly you have to just lie down, sleep will come. So you have to mostly straight, keep the backbone, and your head you have to straight line. So that thought currents be more at the time more keen. So meditation means really deep thinking. So you have to sit properly, straight as body as straight as possible, and think of Him without movement. That is it. When it is you are more adept in and thought, then relax also, your sleep will not come. But mind is so strong, so mind it can go. Say sadhu who has practiced the whole life, he may be in his deathbed lying, but thought he need not have to sit for that. But he can connect his mind. So he connect our mind with the Spirit or God. That is meditation. It helps us to sit properly, asana posture as in do sitting. That is best posture, because mind can be concentrated in that more. But Western lifestyle we do not learn in that way. So that is why yoga, etc. nowadays to sit properly, do pranayama, all these things they teach. But whatever is possible, it is at this age it is not possible to, suppose your age, it is not possible to change the most, whatever you are habituated, we have to utilize it. But main thing is to how I can keep concentrated my mind more to thought. That is more important.
So I can forget to concentrate on...
No, forget about it. There are so many types of meditation is there. As your guru, spiritual guru instructed you, you follow that. There are other Agga Chakra, between the two eyebrows here, one is there, one is there. But best thing is heart. The kingdom of God is within you, means heart is the kingdom of God. Meditation best thing of heart. God is seated in the throne of my heart. Because it is feeling. So feeling is the part of the heart. So that is. Sri Ramakrishna told, why you will meditate? He told heart is the best place. Dwanka Mara Jayega, he has told. Dwanka Mara Jayega, that is the famous place for. The scriptures also tells that. The devotee's heart of the devotee, Boitok Khanal, Lord's parlor. Lord sit there. Heart of the devotee is the feeling. It comes from the heart. So that is the seat, God. He sits there. Of course, God everywhere. Not only in me, He is everywhere. But my body and heart is so nearest to me. That is the nearest. So I can think of Him sitting in my own place. I need not go here and there. If we can think of him sitting on one place, that is best.
Thank you, Swami.
Swamiji,
Yes,
You
one
say-
after another.
may I ask a question? Yeah.
Yes, why not? This
You,
time
you
is for
talk
me-
about the heart
Yeah.
and in connection with it.
Uh-huh. What is that?
But there comes doubt lately. How do I really know for sure?
What doubt?
Doubt,
Doubt
that
is the nature
I'm
of the mind.
connected with the mind, with the heart.
Uh-huh. Huh?
How do I know for sure? Because this is material.
All heart also material.
Yeah, that is
Your
why
body
I'm
is
asking
material.
the question.
Yes. Spiritual heart, body, heart, there is spirit. That is immaterial.
How do I know that?
You just concentrate on that, you will know it. The more your mind becomes calm and quiet and then meditative, and then you one day will know, no, something is there in me which is not this place or bone or something is there in me. That spirit will grow in your mind. So that needs a pure mind.
Yeah.
Then pure intelligence, brings the pure intelligence, and with that pure intelligence you get it. Because that reflection of the spirit will come in the pure intelligence. Suddha buddhi. Sri Ramakrishna, Suddha buddhi, Suddha atma act. When pure intelligence becomes pure, Suddha atma, the pure, the atman, the spirit, atman, they are same. When the mind becomes, your intelligence becomes purified, no elements, nothing. Other things are there in the
No
mind.
element. So I must not even try to understand it.
It will come by itself. Try to enter, you will not sleep by that. You have to think of it. Through that
Yeah,
process, you have to do.
constantly thinking.
And gradually it will develop. As the and then heart becomes pure or pure intelligence when it grows, you know what you are. Spiritual person does not grow too hard. Mother is telling.
Yeah.
How do you know a spiritual person? It does not grow too hard. This
you have to
mind,
get rid of all those thinking
human
in the mind.
elements,
Yeah. And
has to go from us
Yeah.
to be divine. Yeah, now, from animal stage you have come to human. That also, Sri Ramakrishna has defined human, what is manus. Though Sri manus means Sanskrit is manus, manusya, it comes manus. Sri Ramakrishna defined manus, that means those who constantly remember, I am a human being. And what will be my behavior? What will be as a human being, what I am supposed to do. So those who constantly remember, they are called manus. They are called actual human being. So we are human being. Now we have to be divine. The divine potentiality is in us. So we have to, the potentiality is there. But we have to manifest it. Through our trying, we have to manifest that divinity. We are divine being, actually. But we forget that our divine nature.
connected as you are.
And we
to
have
the body.
become our human.
Yeah.
Human.
Yeah.
Think that we have body. And that is our impression.
Yes,
Samskaras.
that's what I mean. And then the
And
doubt
now
comes.
that will
Yeah.
change.
Yeah.
As you go on practicing that I am spirit, the spirit is in me, God is in me, as you think of Him more and more, your human nature will change.
Mm. Yeah, I was thinking maybe when you are very fortunate, the body dies, then you discover.
It does not matter. When it comes, you do not know. Now itself you can know.
So when
It
you
depends.
go
It
over, you
depends.
do not know.
Yeah, you do not know. But you will certainly know if you grow at the time when the body dies also.
Yes.
You can know that this death is for the body. I am not this body, I am the spirit.
Yeah.
If you can keep your mind connected at that time,
Yeah.
crucial moment.
Yes.
It does not come unless and until you practice it in earlier part of your life. It does not come. Overnight it will never come. So that will become. Only they can keep their minds to the spirit who practice it. It does not come overnight. I am not doing anything by God's grace immediately. Forget about it.
But when you're thinking constantly,
Yes.
something has to happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely happen. Good thoughts will make you good.
Yeah.
Bad thoughts will make you bad.
Yes.
So we have to cultivate good thoughts.
Yes.
And who is good? God is good. So good,
And
actually God
good
is
is
good.
the pureness.
Yes.
It's the purity.
Yes. Impure elements in us, we have to, through our spiritual practices, we have to
Get rid of.
get rid of the impure elements. We have to make pure. First of human, we have to make us divine nature. That is it. So it is our doing. If you do not do anything, nothing will come by itself. Nothing will come by itself. It has to do. God has given us both. How we utilize it. Make or mar, Buddha has told. To make or mar, it is in our own hand. How you utilize it. That's all.
That's all.
Nothing else.
Even if we are in the midst of the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
We we have to live in the, but worldliness should not go to our mind.
That is what you mean.
That is Sri Ram not, what I mean that everybody tells, Sri Ram has told it is good. Water, the boat should be on the water, that is good. Otherwise it will not float. But water should not get into the boat, then boat will drown. You live in this world, but worldliness should not enter into your mind. That is it. That means we have to live such a way so that worldliness, whatever we have lot of. Eliminate those things through meditation, through proper thinking. And repeating the God's name, the mind becomes pure. That mantra itself, mantra means monotrayate, which saves our mind, vagaries of our mind. That is mantra. The word, sacred word, holy word, which saves us from the vagaries of our mind. The more and more we concentrate on Him, with that mantra, with that word, and concentrate on the being, then the mind gradually becomes pure. Which again Yogi through discrimination, proper discrimination, and he practiced that path, which is harder. So for a devotee in that way, the same result is the same. Jnana Yogi also wants to purify the mind. Dhyana Yogi also, Raja Yogi also wants to purify everything mind. It's the evolution of mind. And this is the different procedure, different ways of doing it. Not just one way, because our mind, different inclinations. Everybody's mind is different. Some are very rational, some are devotional nature, some are more working, a bit more willing. So leave that path also to work for the betterment of the world, for the betterment of others. Don't expect result for that.
No.
So that is another way. It serves in that way. It helps to purify the mind.
Yeah.
And when the mind is pure, heart is pure, and they say the pure in heart, or they shall see God. When you can purify your heart, then you can see God. Not before that.
So now and then, you can see there is some
First of all, you have to
purpose.
try to be a perfect human being.
Yeah.
A perfect human being, that is what is needed. That is what is needed.
Yes.
Perfect human being, what is needed? Be perfect, even as your Father in heaven is perfect. See, all these things are very, very meaningful.
Yes, absolutely.
Very deep-rooted meaning.
Yes. Yeah.
But how many people think in that way? We love Jesus Christ. If you love me, follow my
You have
words.
to live it, yes.
His own saying. If you love me, follow my words. As I have followed my Father's commandment, you follow mine. Very straight he is telling.
Yeah.
But how many people practice it?
So far, I discovered that you cannot you cannot progress if you don't take this serious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing in this life,
And
nobody
you
can
need to let go everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing will come by itself.
Yeah. But that is a difficult part, to let go your friends, so-called friends, and your family.
No.
You need to let them go.
That is true. That's
Yeah.
why dussanga sarvathaiva parityajya is there. Evil company, good companies you keep. because it helps us to be good.
Yeah.
Evil companies
You need
has to be, yes. Those who want to be spiritual, those who make our mind more disturbed and more agitated, no. Try to avoid. That is the only way.
Yeah. But I mean,
As far as possible.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
all are not possible, everything is not possible as you, but try to.
Then you have to go to the forest. Final destination.
You have to make your
When I
mind.
hear your lecture, then immediately it comes to me, yeah, then you need to be silent. And then you are involved of all those elements and those organs, and you're reacting on that.
No reaction to it. Be still.
Yeah,
calm.
be still.
And that is, we have to practice to keep our mind calm. Because mind is disturbed and then you cannot do anything. Keep the
I know
mind
that.
peaceful, restful and calm. That is the art of living. We have to
Yes.
live in such a way, how can we keep our mind under all these turmoil circumstances, how I keep the mind keep. So that is the art of living. You have to know that art and how you have to practice it.
You have to walk on
You cannot-
glass.
Yes,
Yeah.
certain things you cannot avoid, but at the same time by practice, people know by your nature, so they will not disturb afterwards. That is it. If you are really contemplative, if you really think of Him, God also will help.
Yes.
They will not, bad
Yes.
elements will not come to your life more.
And
But those who want that, God will give more.
Yeah.
That is.
But there are some few moments, especially in the end of the week, and then this body is going like crazy about all those influences. Yeah. Afterwards, it becomes peaceful again.
That will do.
But not during the last part of the week in the work. So many,
What last part of the word?
so many. How do you say input? Yeah.
You just keep your own ideal and gradually you have to
Yeah.
avoid those things
yeah.
which disturb your mind more. Because
Yeah,
they
but
are-
Maharaj, outside world, everything is disturbing.
Yeah.
But you have to know that art, how to, with this disturbance, how I can keep my mind quiet.
That is it.
So that art we have to practice.
You have to learn the art of telling lies.
Huh?
You have to learn the art of telling lies.
No, without telling lies also one can live.
Most of the time, if you have to strain yourself very much.
What strain? It is
Strain yourself very much because the world as such, the entire upper management of any companies where you work on is based on not based on
I am
truth.
telling about the spiritual life.
Yes, but if you have to work in the real world, you're not working in a spiritual world.
I know.
Then,
The world itself is not spiritual world.
yes, that's what I'm saying. So therefore, if you have to manage, if you live 100% in a world where spirituality is not at all regarded, then what will we do?
Suppose you go to your room,
Yes.
back.
Yes.
You don't bring that world in your room. You keep.
Yes, but
Sometime.
you have to be really established in truth before you do that. Otherwise, it's impossible.
No, impossible. Nothing is impossible. It needs time.
Yes, I will perhaps evolve for 100,000 years and then I'll evolve to that strength.
If you keep in that way, let's do it.
Yeah. What I'm saying is like, for example, Swami Vivekananda, when he went out to the world, he was already established in truth. That's what somebody said that, okay, Swami Vivekananda said that I do not care about things.
Vivekananda is that
Yes.
is different.
Yes, but I'm saying you have to be established in truth before you are so stable that you can overcome all the external
How
influences.
can you be established in truth unless you practice it? So he did see Vivekananda's life, what he did before being established in truth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you have to be established in truth before you can do that. So what you're saying is an ideal situation that you go to the outside world and come back and nothing influences you.
No, influence, but that influence we have to, when you come, that is why we have to spend some time for it. So that all these things, I will not allow my mind to come. At this time, I want to contemplate a thing. People do not do it, that is why they suffer. But if you do methodically, time will come, it will take some time, But if you are interested to doing, definitely it will come.
I hope so.
Why not? There is a method and you have to practice that way. Definitely change will come. We have to live in this turmoil, but more we agitate our mind, it will be more turmoil. But there is a way, and for that one has to be sincere, honest, and try to. God helps them who help themselves. God also help us, but see our motivation, what we want. Really, if we want, God also give that opportunity. We have to. No, everybody's situation is not the same, but we have to utilize as much as possible. That's why Sri Ramakrishna has told, when in the world, don't forget God. One hand you keep at the feet of God. And one hand you work. Suppose you right hand you take your work, but left hand you hold the feet on God. That means you keep the thought of God constantly in your life. And when you are off from the work, both hands, then take the feet of the Lord. But when you are working, we should not forget also the other part of the life. Those mostly people, they forget, go one-sided and becomes agitated, that is the situation, most of the people. But those who are spiritual minded, think of God, regular do spiritual practices, they can keep the serenity of the mind. Whatever it may be, I will do this. Without doing it, I will not take my food even. So as Guru has told, as instruction is there, I must do it. This is a part of my life. So those who do in that way, they do not feel guilty. Have to go.
When the daily culture of 90% of the people is to go to the pubs and you have to interact with them every day, 8 hours of the day.
That is part of the day.
It is a Herculean task, to say the least.
I know that.
To say the least, it's an Herculean task.
It is a Herculean task. But Herculean
So you're
task
pretty much saying that it's an impossible task, really. I'm really getting sometimes agitated at your idealistic principles. It's an absolutely impossible task in a Western world to do a job and to carry on your spiritual practices. To say in reality, it's absolutely impossible. Probably over a 20 years period, I am wrecked with the nerves. And if I carry on like this, first of all, the amount of strain that puts on a person, if we really have to follow these principles to the word, the amount of stress without a divine grace, absolutely impossible. You have to have Thakur's absolute grace in order to achieve even a minutest thing of this.
Absolute grace, how grace will not fall on you without doing anything. And that is why Sri Ram, what Vivekananda brought in this world. He has seen a lot of affluence, but at the same time, people are suffering because the spiritual part is lacking. That is Western world. That is why he brought this Eastern ideology here, the more you practice, and from here.
Yeah, but this is a purely spiritual principles based on people who have not at all interacted with the outside world. You live in an environment which is totally insulated from the real day world.
Yeah, but you need something to grow into, even though you are in the Western world.
The Western world, do you think that there is no spiritual minded people? Definitely.
There is.
Less, comparatively less.
Yes. No, I'm not saying that the Western world as such is lack of spirituality. What I'm saying is that...
That's why you have to give some attention of your mind, you have to give to spiritual side. That's why Swami Vivekananda, when he said, second time when he came to in Germany and then Europe, he told, I see the Western world as if it is placed on a volcano. Anytime it may erupt. Within 50 years it will blow up if they do not spiritualize their life. This is how Vivekananda said. And what happened? As a result, within 50 years, 2 world wars are fought.
Still not spiritualized, so we'll have another world war.
That is it. He has given enough of thing that we have to spiritualize our life. Otherwise, in spite of all affluence, nothing, no meaning. Because life will be more frustrated, life will be more agitated, more anxieties overcome, cannot overcome.
But what are the qualifications of a spiritual aspirant?
that is another subject.
Yes.
Spiritual aspirant is nothing. You have to keep Shraddha in you, faith in you. I can do. And accordingly, there is a path. And that path you have to follow.
No, but the qualification. Who
Qualification.
is qualified to be a spiritual aspirant?
Who is sincere and honest,
Yeah.
open-minded, keep the mind open, who wants to learn. There they are.
But no personal qualities
Shraddha.
are needed. Only Shraddha is
Shraddha.
good enough.
Shraddha, your own, if you do not have faith in you, no faith in God, He will help you. I can do it. That's Shraddha. God has given me strength. I can do it.
Absolutely.
That Shraddha is essential for spiritual life.
Is it not also a matter of being patient and accept as life is at the moment? Because I'm 80 now, yeah? And when I was young, I didn't find time for meditation, even for praying was already difficult to find 1 minute on a day. But then I thought, I want to do this. I don't manage, but there will come a time that I will find the time. And now I'm 80 and I'm full of time to pray.
Challenge goes in that way. At the time itself, if you start doing, then gradually it will come.
But it took a lot of sometimes I was cross. I didn't find the time for it. But still going on, getting older, I got more patient and I could more accept that at that moment, I'm in a house full of children, it was not possible. But now I have time.
House full of children, with that also possible, you have to keep children with that, you have to keep as much as possible, a little bit of that. If you're completely lacking in that, you can and that old age you cannot do also very much. So the practice you have to keep in mind. Those who have got practice a little, then when they get opportunity, it's double force, triple force.
Yes. Because when they are this age, then when you, as we say in Dutch, we smell our cushion in the night, you sleep already before you lay on it from tiredness. But when they get older, of course, then there's the time they go to school.
You have got enough time, but if you have not practiced earlier a little, so that time does not help you to. You have this pastime, then seeing TV or making friends, gossiping friends, this and that. But if you make a habit, then that habit itself will help you to give more attention.
But Swamiji, the problem is then to remind, no, I have time to do this, because then you are so in the running that at the moment that there is time you forget to sing.
That is it, that we do. Run after unnecessary things, which is not very essential. We have to live, we have to maintain our life, we have to do certain things, but that is not everything for life. But we make it everything in life. That is other part we neglect. Spiritual side we neglect.
It's difficult.
Very much. But that only we have to do it, we have to bring it.
Swamiji, we spoke a lot this morning about remembering and forgetting. And at one point you said that forgetful is our nature.
Yes.
Could you kindly elaborate on the nature of forgetfulness?
The mind is fickle. Mind goes here and there. So we cannot keep our mind engaged in one thought unless we practice it. So that's why we forget it. Example, God. We have to realize God. How much time we can keep in our mind. So forgetful is this human nature. When we are in this world and mixed with other things, so many things, so forgetfulness easily comes due to other circumstances in life.
It's not really our nature, it's a trait that we acquire through
divine is our nature.
Exactly, that's
But ordinarily what happens? Forgetful, we divine that our nature is divine, that divinity part we have completely blocked because we are forgetful.
Okay, but it's not that it's our nature to be forgetful, it's just that
Ordinary
it's a
mind,
habit, a careless habit.
I'm telling about the human situation. Ordinarily, we forget things. That is forgetful our nature. Mind cannot retain longer one thing. Mind is always oscillating, changing.
Right.
But that is we forget things to do. What supposed to do, we forget things. And in that way, we forget. But divinity is our nature, because nature of the soul is divine.
The forgetfulness comes from
It comes.
lack of focus
Oh, yeah.
and
From a wrong way of living.
wrong way of living, yes.
From our lifestyle, as we are now forgetful, and we are completely we forget about God.
Yeah.
That nature we have made somehow, staying in the world. That's the influence of Maya, influence of this ignorance. That's why it has become our nature, second nature. But nature is God.
Exactly.
We are divine. That is our nature. We are divine being. That is our real nature. But we forget it. That's why we forgetful. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Has become our nature now. We cannot forget. So that is Krishna is telling, Mam Unusmara Jyuthache. He is telling, constantly fight. Even in the battlefield, Kurukshetra, Arjuna has to fight. But he did not tell, just fight on. He told, remember me and fight. Mam Unusmara, he is telling, just remember me. Unusmara means just remember me. And fight. Mam Unusmara Jyuthache, and fight. And we have to work, but without forgetting me. Keep me constantly in your mind.
Right.
Then you will learn.
Right.
And Holy Mother is telling, so simple. Ishtoke mone thakle anishto korte asbe. If we keep constantly Ishto in our chosen ideal or God, in our mind, anishto, other auspiciousness will not come in nature. Other elements, bad elements,
Yeah.
will cannot come
Yeah.
when we keep our mind concentrated on the thought of God.
Right.
All bad elements come when we forget that.
Right.
Bad companies, bad elements, bad doings, all these things when we forget our real nature,
Right.
our real being, then God is our real being. When we forget it, all bad things will come because naturally the world is like that. World is full of delusion and ignorance. That is Maya means like that.
Right.
It covers immediately. Sri Ramakrishna has given an example. You see, one man is taking water and scum. The Kamapukuri is telling, Mother showed to me in a vision. One man wants to drink water. For that, a pond is there. Earlier days, people used to take pond from the water like that. And then a man taking water, he just disturbs the scum, and then scums go away. Immediately he takes the water. And within a minute, water again scum completely. So this is all that. When we think of God, pray to Him sincerely, honest, with little glimpse. Immediately it covers it. So that is Maya.
Mm-hmm.
This one influence. Immediately, when we get meditation, and then some days, not always, when we really concentrate your mind out of God and think of, some days you get some glimpse. It gives peace because He is peace. God is all auspiciousness. And then after meditation, you get up, and then again, perhaps you have to quarrel with somebody else. You forget your own. So this is because I have forgotten. So this is our situation. Maya is so strong in us, so it is a little bit. So that we have to bring it. We have to keep constantly. That is why Sri Ramakrishna told, don't forget. Do. But don't forget. Because if you forget God, the worldliness will come entirely, immediately will enter your mind. So that is why Sri Krishna is telling, Mamul Smar Jyuthacha, remember me constantly. And do fight, work. Sri Ramakrishna is telling the same thing, hold on God's feet on one hand and do work in one hand.
Right.
But our thing, all thing we forgot with work, go on, running behind name and fame or making more money, but this is going on. So we forget completely that side. That is why all turmoil comes in life. We cannot, because nothing, that activity, all these things are Rajagunas. And Rajaguna has the bad elements, it gives pains, miseries, anxieties, all comes, because you cannot avoid it. It is the nature of it. So we have to make our minds more pure. And that purity comes only thinking of purity. Even our own nature or God in whatever way. That we have to bring. This is because it is more, our mind engaged itself with 90%, if not more. So rest is little bit there, so we have to develop it more, as much as possible. This world, we have to stay, we have to work, other things are there, but still we should not forget this side. We completely forget, then problem comes, which is practically it is becoming impossible. Nothing is impossible. I made it, the impossibility in me to come, invited it. I'm not alert for the spiritual life. So that's why we come under the complete grip of delusive of our nature, Maya.
That makes you think, Mother. Oh, sorry.
Mamevo je prapadante maya metam karanti de. Gita. Daivi hesa gunamoyi mama maya duratya. By the delusive part of Maya, through which he is running this kingdom, this world, is very, very difficult to cross. Duratya. Mama Maya, this is my delusive part, which I have made, for that I have made this world. So it is very, very difficult to cross it, to overcome the influence of the Maya. It is very, very difficult, he is telling. Duratya. But he has given the next line, Mamevo je prapadante maya metam tanti. Those who remember me, they can overcome the influence of Maya. All these words we read in the scriptures, but in time we do not remember. That is our thing. That means if we forget God and live this life as we are living, it will give prosperity, but it will give a lot of pains, anxieties, worries, anxieties. It will not give peace. No. Because that is nature of Rajas. You have to try to imbibe, to bring Sattva more and more.
Right.
Sattvic elements which keeps our mind calm and quiet. That we have to constantly try, because that is, we are lacking that part. So what you are lacking, we have to, then life is balanced, not one-sided. If we go one side, material side more, we get prosperity, we get affluence, all these things comes. But it takes away peace and serenity, calmness of the mind. That's why we have to keep the balance. We need both sides, because of the one-sided development will not make us happy and peaceful. We have to keep both. We have to live in this world. At the same time, we have to know the art, how to overcome the influence of this world. And that is spiritual.
Swamiji, is there an explanation why people say who are working for good-minded, very hard-working in their spiritual life have to struggle for years and years, and then it can happen that a person who doesn't think so much, as they say, all at once gets a kind of, well, call it bliss or something, at that moment they change completely their life. Why, when you are working so hard, this doesn't happen and happens to people who didn't...
You see, we see the surface just now, but past we have got some good karmas are there. So that karma gives result at the time. Suddenly it gives turn of our mind. That influence was working through. And when it is over, suddenly your good karma was doing in your favor. So that comes. That's why we see the sudden change in somebody. That is, because we see just the surface. We want to know the reason, the present. But no. There is other factors are there. It's your own doing, but that remains in your balance. Suddenly it comes. Everything is your own. You have owned some time. That comes. That is why we see the sudden change in life. It is in your balance. It was there, but you forget it. You have done in your past life something good karmas are there, and that start giving results. That's why you see certain time we take God's grace. By God's grace, it happened. Taken that way. Without God's grace, you cannot live even the life. Without that divine life, life is not there. God is there always in us. But according to God has given freedom. He has given good side, bad side, everything is there. He has given to play. When the play is done, then we become restless. And the children, God and mother has given a little toy, a puppy, and then go happy. So we are just happy. He has given something, so many enjoyments in life, we are quite happy. When these things become restless, enough of it, then child cries for mother, throws away. Whatever you give, throws away. I want mother, cry for mother, mother, mother. That state when it comes to our mind, we have got enough play in this world, exhausted. I want you. You and you want alone. I not other things. It does not give any interest in mind. That restlessness, when it comes in the mind, then you get God's come forward to help you at this state. He has given enough of playthings, so we are quite happy with that. So as long as we remain happy in this world with other things, forget about it. That time has not come. But time will come one day, definitely everybody. Because we can never remain satisfied with these things. Never, never. Someday will come when we are eager to know. I'm not happy with all these things. When that restlessness comes, then the time one enters into the field of spiritual field, in the field of spirit, think of God more. And that will come in every life. Because from God we have come and our destination is God back. Before that there is no rest. Constantly is working, soul is working.
Sometimes I think that on dying you can prepare more or less. But what I'm so afraid of,
Death.
that is when you get something in your brains, say an infarct or something, and from one moment to another, woof, there everything is gone, it's all black, you can't remind, don't notice anything anymore. To die, say, school in such a complete blackness, that seems to me so bad.
Yeah, that is why practice, constantly practice it. Keep it in your mind, try to keep it in your mind more and more.
But the strongest impressions probably will come automatically. You don't have to put much effort on it at the time of death. One instance, one or the other impressions will come at the time of death, and that is probably governed by what you have done throughout the rest of earlier life. And that is more or less happens automatically, I think. You don't have to put much effort. Actually, you cannot put too much effort to think of the good thing at the time of death unless and until you have done good things. And the other way around as well.
Anyway, whatever, when you are alive, try to do as much as possible, think of God. Then rest put in His hand. Those who can surrender, they are safe. That's why the God, definitely those who are really love God, a good aspirant, a good devotee, surrender to Him. Surrender is the end. When we are exhausted, oh God, I do not know what to do. You do what is best for me. Wholeheartedly. It is not just mind. Anything comes, good or bad. It is good that God has given to me. So that is another thing. Surrendering is the best thing. And that surrender does not come so easily until and unless we put our we become exhausted. Sri Ramakrishna has given a nice example. The gospel it is there. A bird sat in the mast of a ship. And the bird was unmindful and sat there. And ship started going. And going, it has gone almost in the middle of the sea. And then bird suddenly, alert, where I am, started flying. He went towards the east, could not reach in the shore, nothing, only water. So he became exhausted, came back tiring and sat there for some time. And then afterwards he ran another direction. That is also could not give. So he went east, west, north, south. Every side he went and only to tire himself. More and more he tired and exhausted and sat there. Whatever comes. So that is surrender. That means when you really exhaust all your strength of mind, whatever is in you, when you really become exhausted, then you know it is all in His hand. Whatever He does, let Him do. Surrender now. That means, oh Lord, whatever you do it. I love you. Still I love you. So if that surrender, when you completely surrender, then God's grace will get. I mean, God has given us strength, their mind and intelligence, everything. So we have to utilize it according to our own capability. Then really if you try to exhaust your own strength, whatever God has given, while our strength we cannot need it needs His grace. But when he saw that devotee is sincere and he is doing his life, he is practicing his life, so feel the grace of God. It comes. That surrendering also comes at that time. And those who can surrender, easier. You do not have to think all his anxieties does not come because it is Lord's will. Let Him do whatever. And it is good for me. You have to love God in such a way, God will never do to me which is bad for me. He will do only good to me. So you have to love. Love means like that. You have to love in such a way, whatever it comes, but still I love you. God will never do anything. Actually, He does not do anything to punish us. If it punishes us, it is for our good. Mother gives a spank the eyes there to the child because it is for good. Mother does not hurt the child for nothing. It is good for him because he was doing something wrong. He was going to more harm will come. So mother. Similarly, God correct us, giving some pains, giving some troubles in life. just to take us back from our wrong direction towards Him. So devotees, that true devotee, they think in that way. They surrender, completely surrender to Him. Whatever comes, let it come. But still, I want you. Devotee, that's why Bhakti Yoga means like that. Bhakti, your pure love and pure, that pure devotion, pure love. There is no motivation behind. When you can give, that is called Bhakti Yoga.
Yeah, so surrender is the word to just
Surrender,
to accept what
that
what
surrender
will come.
comes, but you have to, when you have got the ability, you do. God has given intelligence. What is good, what is bad, everybody knows it. Try to do good. Try to utilize your own, whatever I have given to you. But those who just hold on to God, so tadami buddhi jagam tam, He gives pure intelligence. Teno mam upajanti te. He gives pure intelligence to the devotee by which they can know me. Sri Krishna is telling in the Gita, tadami buddhi jagam tam, teno mam upajanti. I give pure intelligence to them who surrenders to me, and by that they come to me. They know me. Now, Dave, let us prepare for